Now I have the joy of presenting our next speaker. Our next speaker is Nikki Golly. She's a nutritionist, a health coach, a dynamic speaker who helps ambitious women entrepreneurs reclaim their energy, confidence, and focus by improving digestion and uncovering those hidden health issues holding you back. She's got professional training in nutrition and dietetics in her own personal healing journey. Nikki blends science, humor, and a touch of shock value to help women go from exhausted, foggy, and frustrated to energized, confident, and thriving in business and their life. And I will let Nikki explain the next piece because the shock value is, how is your poop? And yes, that is kind of what Nikki is known for, to getting that right. So please help me welcome Nikki Golly to the stage.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, Al Chan, definitely. I see a little poop emoji. Here's my friend. I always say that I talk about the elephant in the room that everybody does, but nobody talks about. This is my favorite little compadre here. This is my favorite childhood book. And it's true, everyone does poop, but nobody talks about it. People will go years, 10, 20, 30 years uncomfortable, miserable, and downright sick because no one's talking about what's actually coming out of their body when it's a simple cue about how your body's actually working. If it's not working right, then your body is communicating with you, and it's simple. They have stuffed poop emoji hats. Yes, I don't want to go too poop emoji. I do have a poop culture book over here. No, I did not write it. It's a great book though. Because it's so important. It's so valuable. And I know when you introduced Sharon was like, I was like, yeah. I have a cheerleading squad. There's a few of you in here. I love it. I appreciate it. If you are here, if you can be on camera, I'd absolutely love it. I love talking to faces. I always can tell a difference when there's a nod. The pictures don't nod, and pictures mean they're beautiful, but it's so much more fun to actually like talk to people. But I have a few things, and yeah, I kind of spoken in. So first off, I want to say Sue Ann Hickey was fantastic. I'm very aligned with what she's talking about, like actually teaching the foundational principles, so that when we're done, like when you learn the information and you are done working with me, it's like you can continue doing that forever because it's not like, oh, I need to go off of a diet or I need like, oh, I'm doing something that's so restricting. Like I studied psychology, a tiny bit about me. I studied psychology as my background and well, nutrition was my main thing. Psychology was the nerd thing, but I knew I couldn't I knew I didn't want to go into that as a profession, but I love studying the human body. And I know that if the first thing that I said is like, Donna, you can never eat chocolate cake again. I know the first thing you're going to do when you get off this summit is go buy a chocolate cake. Like, I know that. Like, it's crazy that so many people will go into a diet situation. Diet is a four-letter word. No, diet is whatever you put in your mouth. I heard this amazing wisdom from a coach that I have, and he said, in especially in North America, we dig our grave with our teeth. I'll pause on that for a second, right? We start to dig our grave with our teeth. And what that means is that we are actually eating our way into an early grave, or we're not. Like you can make that choice every time you put something in your mouth. If you can read the label, if you know what actually it is. But everything, so I kind of digress. I was a little excited. I know we have a lot of professionals here today, a few faces that I recognize. But really diving in and talking about digestion. And one piece, I'm just going to share my screen. Let me see if I can do this. I'll do two things at once. I can do it. I can do it. Okay, I'm going to share this and then I'm going to go to my other page so you actually can see it. Yes. All right, going to start off shock and awe. I talk about poop, smooth poops, healthy gut, happy life, right? Your gut is a brain. There is mounting research now that there are neurotransmitters. There's an entire host of people have talked about the microbiome. That's huge. I mean, that is a whole colony of family members that are consisting of yeast and bacteria and even viruses and all the things that are in our bodies that help actually support us, not just hurt us. But there's also hormones are created in the gut. The neurotransmitters, there's so much brain stuff that's actually created in your gut, that your gut brain. So you have a brain in your head and you also have a brain in your gut, and they talk to each other constantly. So if your digestion is not working properly, then this is not working properly. And if this is not working properly, you are not making the money in your business that you could. So really kind of tying all that together, that smooth poop. So like the better your digestion is. Yes, talk about the poop thing. Smooth poop. So like everything, if it's easy, if you don't spend a lot of energy, a lot of time, that kind of thing in the bathroom, it sends a signal that your gut is happier. When your gut is happier, then your brain is happier, then things work out in the way that you want. So that is one. Again, I love the shocking statistics because it'll make you remember. Not only I talk about poop, that's pretty memorable because not many people do. And if you're still here, you have not logged off, that's good. That means you were not offended by the word poop. And I appreciate that. But okay, so one thing, a little bit of a scare thing. In 2020, so this is statistics from 2020. Colon and rectum cancer was the number 4 leading cause of cancer among all cancers. Number 4, colon rectum cancer. It is also the number 4 leading cause of death. Mind you, this was in 2020. It's changed. Even scarier. New statistics here I have everyone in front of it. This is as of 2025, so last year. Colon and rectum cancer, they just put the word together, colorectal cancer. It is the 4th leading cause of cancer still, but now it is the 2nd leading cause of death among all cancers. The 2nd leading cause of death. In 5 years, from 2020 to 25, it went from 4th to 2nd. Number 2, another reason to talk about number 2. Because if you are not going to the bathroom, if things are not moving properly, that increases your chances of colorectal cancer. Like our bodies are designed to eat food, absorb it, and then eliminate what you can't use. The longer it sits there, the more it causes problems. So I talk about digestion, right? I talk about poop, and this little poop emoji. There's something to that. Ideally, your poop should resemble soft serve ice cream. Maybe a little harder than soft serve ice cream, honestly, but should stay together, should be comfortable, should not be a lot of straining, and you should poop every single day. Most people have no idea. I had no idea. Background on me, I was constipated for 27 years. Through when I was a kid, through growing up, I never even knew that what I was dealing with was a digestion issue. What I thought I was dealing with was an immune system issue. I was sick all the time. I was uncomfortable. I had arthritis symptoms when I was in middle school. I couldn't do the quote unquote girl push-ups because my knees hurt so bad on the gym floor that I wouldn't do them. And all the while, I was pooping about once a week. But you go to the doctors, I said my immune system, they give you antibiotics. I actually had strep throat so many times that I actually became allergic to the antibiotics they give you for strep throat. And if you know anything about antibiotics, that further trashes your gut. No doctor said, "How are you pooping?" No, they ask, "Are you regular?" Yeah, I regularly go once a week. Like, that is not the question that I wish they would ask. Really what they should do is like, are you going to the bathroom every day? At least every other day. It needs, honestly, good digestion should happen a poop every day, ideally 2 to 3 times a day. But most people don't ask that, or doctors don't ask that. So, hence, fast forward to where I'm at now. I will go forward. I have, yep, I have a nutrition dietetics degree. I worked in a supplement store for many years. I affectionately call myself a supplementologist because I continue studying supplements. I think they're very powerful, but they also can be very dangerous. Supplements are not created equal. There's no oversight on supplements. The USDA does not, there is no regulatory body on supplements. So supplements can be very powerful and they can also be trash. And I would venture to say about 85% of the supplements out there are trash. They're either they don't have what they say in it, they have too much, which is really dangerous, or they just essentially have sawdust that's just a pretty label. So I study supplements pretty extensively because I know how powerful they can be. As I was getting my nutrition degree, that I worked in a store and it was really high on an education store. It wasn't like just a sales, like I would go and I would take people and we would go to a book called The Prescription for Nutritional Healing by Phyllis Balch. Amazing book, can't recommend it enough. Back then, I think it was on the 13th edition. I won't even tell you what it is now so you don't age me. But it is very valuable, but supplements can be great stepping stones, but it really comes back to the diet and taking care of our I already kind of told you my story, jumped into that. Then I was going to go into actual tips, but I'm going to stop pause a second and really connect with everyone because I see lots more faces on camera. Yay! Thank you so much. Because the more we pay attention to our digestion, the more we assimilate. So everything that we eat goes into our system. Question. Okay, sorry. Just got sidetracked by the chat. Is it worse to have diarrhea or constipation? Both are awful. If you've ever experienced either one of them, both are awful, right? You really want to be in the middle. Is it worse? I don't know. Is it worse to fill your shoes if you're out in public? Or is it worse to be super uncomfortable and bloated and not go to the bathroom for a couple weeks? I think both of them are awful. I want everyone to be in the middle. I want everyone to be that soft serve, close to have a really satisfying throne room experience. That's my go-to for everybody. I was constipated. I want to say that was worse, but I also have had a client that said she was at a flea market and she said she filled her shoes. That is the most humiliating thing you can possibly, both of them are freaking awful and I wouldn't wish them on my worst enemy. It is, yeah. So paying attention to your digestion, your body is communicating with you. Either way, if you're on too frequent or not frequent enough, I mean, which is worse for your health? Again, same thing. It depends. If you're going to the bathroom too often, you're probably not absorbing enough. Everything goes too fast through your system, so you're not absorbing the nutrients. If everything's too slow, it drastically increases your chance of colon and rectum cancer because things that sit there a long time, think of a pond, right? If you have flowing water, it's beautiful. You have stagnant water, you have bugs, you have pathogens, you have like the water just gets murky and ugly. Same thing with your digestive system. The colon, the main job of your colon is to pull out water and recirculate it. So if you are not getting enough in your system, your body has to take out more. The longer it sits there, the more water it pulls out. The more water it pulls out, the harder it is to move out and the more uncomfortable it is. But okay, let me get back into the teaching and then I'll tell you the next thing. So once I will share my screen because it does no good if I'm there and you are not. Show of thumbs. Do you see my screen? Okay, so let's go into some solutions. I'm done scaring you, but I think that it's an important thing. Three tiny changes that can make a huge difference in your energy level, in your focus, in your mental clarity. Again, gut brain connection, super powerful. In your income. Your gut affects your income. It does. And think about it. Like if you're spending time in the bathroom or if you're loose stools, right? If it's going too frequently, you're not absorbing the nutrients, you're not showing up, you're not making the sales calls. Wink, wink. You know who you are. Your quality of life is declined. Like three tiny changes that can make a huge difference. One, water. And this is where I was going with the colon. The main job of your colon is to pull out water. So if you are not hydrated, if you are not drinking enough water, what happens is your body is forced to pull more water out of your colon. Pour more water. Would you rather have your body circulating fresh water or would you rather have your body circulating poop water? Make you think, make you take a drink, maybe. Cheers. Cheers. I see some waters here. Yes, yes. And it makes such a huge difference drinking more water. Drinking more water makes a huge difference. And then going back to my question, and I know Erin has a lot of amazing stuff to talk about this because being a person that talks about movement, but moving your body helps to move your digestion. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I thought I had a slide. I did not. So it helps with so many things. It helps with your energy. I mean, that is a huge thing that I focus on is energy because when you have the energy within your body, you feel so much better. You show up better. You do the things. Also, sleep. Sleep is key. I know Sue Ann talked about one of the best things, sleep. Moving your body, getting good exercise. If you do out, like get some work, go out in the sun if you can. Move your body. That dramatically increases your chances of getting a good night's sleep. Obviously, circulation, mood, I said serotonin, or I talked about hormones in your gut, but serotonin is that happy hormone. It's mostly created in your gut. I mean, yeah, it's some in your head, but it's mostly created in your gut. So if your gut is not right, if things are not moving, so if you move your body, you get digestion moving. You don't have to rely on stimulants or caffeine or things like that to get digestion moving. It really, really helps. So ways to actually incorporate movement, like walking meetings. I mean, we're all in front of I mean, I think we're all business owners. I mean, at least the few that I see and the few that I recognize, but walking meetings, even if you're not a business owner and you're just getting out there talking to friends, like walking. My God, I used to walk with my roommates and it was like the best communication tool. We would get walking, we'd move, you feel better, and words just flow better. Like if you're in a stagnant position, sitting on your butt all the time, it's like things don't come as easy to your brain. But if you're walking, it was like, wow, the emotions would flow, the conversation would flow. It just feels so good. You feel like more on the ball, your brain's working better, there's circulation to your brain. It is so, so, so powerful. So walking meetings, planning movement during the day, either with someone else. Honestly, if you can find an accountability person to walk with, that is so key. But movement during the day. And then the other thing is, how about, I know it's still kind of early. I don't know. It's 12:30, you East Coast people. Let's get up and move some now. How about instead of just talking about it? And I know Carla knows this. I know Sharon knows this, that I'm kind of a walk the talk kind of girl. So like let's do some movement. Anything you can do to get your body out of this position. No hands in front, like open up. Let's do some, woo, got my shirt on. Forgot I'm flashing all you guys today. So move, get your arms open. The other thing is your hip flexors. So these muscles right here to actually uh, move that back, get them out of this position. We're sitting all the time. So we're in this position, whatever you can do to stretch that back. So kind of a lunge, if you will, to kind of get some movement in that. Oh, you will love me in 2 seconds when I sit back down. Stretch both sides. Uh, it just feels so much better. And I mean, that was a minute. That was a minute. How do we feel? Feel free to unmute. We got some time. We got some friends here. How was that? I got a thumbs up from Al. Yes, thumbs up from Sharon, Aaron, Carla. Donna's getting situated, then we'll get a thumbs up. We feel better, right? Just that tiny little bit of movement. You can do that a couple times a day. I guarantee meetings like this will be so much better. I think Aaron's on a standing desk, even better. You can, the movement, those kinds of things. I learned something recently, and I'm just going to go expert because I think all you guys can handle it. I learned it was amazing. So she talked about it, the standing desk reminded me of it. That you can stand up, you can sit down, that one of the best things we can possibly do for ourselves is plan to get down on the floor. What? Because as we get older, it is harder and harder to get off the floor. Right? So this person was like, it was amazing. I've done 1,302 classes. Whoa, Sharon, yay! Wow, that's fantastic. That's awesome, awesome. But getting down on the floor, she talked about one of the best things you can possibly do to prevent and keep mobility as you get older is to plan. She talked about setting a timer every hour and just get out on the floor. Get down on the floor, get back up, do what you're doing. Like that's it. And she was like, and if you have more time, like you can sit down and stretch, but just getting down on the floor and getting back up, it is so powerful for your body. It will help with circulation. It will help with, I mean, the ability to actually get down on the floor and get back up. Like just to do that, and you can stretch different because you're going to use different muscles, right? And it doesn't need to be extended, like just like set a timer on, ding, all right, get down, get on the floor, get back up, and try to get up in a different way if possible. Stretch if you have a few seconds, do a little stretch here or there, get back to work. The amount that it will engage your brain and your body to keep going, it is so, 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 so important. Balance, yes, balance, Sharon, is key. Balance is another one that is really, really beneficial as we get older. It is the like number one thing that is important because trips happen. Falls do not need to happen. So the more balance you have, right? You're going to trip over something. If you can catch yourself and not fall, that's powerful. But if you fall, right, it can lead to getting older faster. But also another way to incorporate movement, more water. Drink more water. You got to get up and go to the bathroom more often. That'll keep you moving, right? Your bladder can only get so full while you sit and stay focused on your work. So movement and water. The other thing that is so powerful for our digestive system is breathing. What, Nikki? Why are you talking about breathing? Like breathing should be like obvious, right? But actually breathing, consciously breathing, because stress dramatically affects your digestion. Talking about like especially the constipation or diarrhea, typically the going too fast population, the digestion that goes too fast, your body's typically not absorbing the energy because you're stressed. So all of your energy is in your hands and feet. If all of your energy are in your extremities, you do not have any energy in your central body to actually digest. So there's two main systems. I'm gonna nerd out on you for just a quick second, but I think you'll follow along. So there's your fight or flight. Your fight or flight system, most people know about that one. That is your sympathetic nervous system. But the other end of that teeter-totter that most people don't talk about, we don't talk about near enough, is your parasympathetic nervous system. So you have your sympathetic nervous system, your parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic on fight or flight, that'll keep you safe. Parasympathetic nervous system is also known as your rest and digest nervous system. So if you're in fight or flight, do you think you're digesting the food that you're eating? No, you're not. So if you are in fight or flight and super stressed out, then that is one of the things you can do. Carla put box, breathe the box breathing. She has been in my world. She knows me. Yes, box breathing is one of the things I talk about a lot is because it engages the brain and the body at the same time. It is so easy. I have a few people, yay! I know people are box breathing, so breathing like a box. So basically using your breath to kind of calm your system down. Box breathing is fantastic. My favorite is a 4-4-4. So you breathe in, hold it, breathe out, hold it. So it's a box, and you do that for a couple minutes, can really calm the system down. Another trick is to like breathe out longer than you breathe in. Because typically, if we're talking or like fight or flight, oh my God, things are happening, oh my God. But you can actually calm yourself down easily by breathing out. So it's essentially like almost a sigh or like exhale. If you see a cheetah running at a lion, like running in the Serengeti, following an animal, it's running for its life. After it gets away, I'm going to say in this story, it gets away. What happens is that you'll see it like, and they kind of like calm back down and go back to eating grass. We are not designed to be in fight or flight all the time, but humans, we can keep ourselves in fight or flight by thought alone. So we can get ourselves out of it by thought alone. And it's easier to do it getting into your body, getting into your breath is more powerful or super easy because it's something you always have. You can't forget it at home. Can't forget your breath. You can't forget those things. So it is very, very valuable to breathe. So breathing in for, say, a count of 4, and then trying to breathe out for a count of 8 or a count of 6, and letting that. Usually you run out of breath. And so like breathing out allows your system because it's a signal to your brain and your body that I'm safe. I am safe. I think I probably am running out of time, so I'm going to jump quickly here. Moving your body. So if you're focusing on your digestion, there's a handful of things that can happen. You poop better. Yay. You have more energy. Yay. Your mood is better. Yay. And you make more money and you help more people because I'm sure all of us here are here to do something in the world and help more people and more families and take care of yourselves. So keep in mind that this scary statistic, if you have anyone that either doesn't talk digestion, please have them conversate with me, whatever. But that colorectal cancer is now the number 2 leading cause of death, and that is alarming to me. And I want that to be blasted. Please tell more people. It is scary. So that brings me to my offer today is the Poop Pop Quiz. I have a quiz to get you to really pay attention and think about what is actually happening within your digestion, what you can do to take care of yourself, right? How risky are your habits? What are you doing? I promise there are no gross pictures, just questions to get you thinking about what you're doing, where you're at, and you'll get some insights filling that out. I apologize, you do have to do a little bit of math at the end, so I am asking you another question that's subconscious is, can you do math? It's easy math, but it is math. And then for the first 2 people that say yes, the first 2 people that go to the dashboard right now, get my Poop Pop quiz, I will go over your results with you one-on-one. So normally I charge $247 for that call, but like I said, for the first 2 of you that go and get it, I will do it completely complimentary. And I always say free. I don't really want to do free because it's really not free. It requires your attention and your engagement. So nothing that I do is free, but if you have your attention, it doesn't have to be public, Carla. It doesn't have to be public math. It's on the fill out thing. I won't make you do it here. But for the first two, and then keep in mind that an empty lantern provides no light. So you have to take care of you first before you can help others, because the more energy you have, the more impact, the more clients, the more income, and really can move the needle and make you feel amazing. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening to me, for being here, and for showing up for yourself. Look forward to talking to each and every one of you, especially the first two that take me up on that right now.
I want
And
to,
do we have questions?
well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, Nikki, we don't have time for questions because I want to
Okay.
keep the summit on track here.
I love it. I filled the space. It's okay.
Yes, you did. And I want to thank you for your insights on digestion and especially helping us understand poop and why understanding your poop makes the difference between being healthy and having chronic health challenges. And I have to say that 2025 statistic, that was sobering. I did not realize that
Yeah,
colorectal cancer was the second leading cause of death. Um,
Gary.
that is definitely scary. And for those of you that want to take Nikki up on her offer and try out that quiz and find out where are you at, don't forget to head over to the dashboard. They drop the link in the chat so that you can get that free gift. And the first two of you, you will love Nikki. So make sure you run over there and get that time with Nikki to learn more about how are you doing.
Yes. Thank you.